Hello! So today I'm going to talk about a few things that I have recently implemented into my life to help reduce stress and anxiety. We all get busy with work, children, life, whatever we have going on. It can be very easy to get kind of overwhelmed. So these are 5 things that I have implemented that kind of help keep my life organized and together. Number 1 thing is that I silence all notifications that I don't need to answer right away. So if it's a day that I'm working, then I'll have notifications for, say, text, email, calls on anything that I need to answer in a timely fashion for work, but I'll have everything else silenced so that I'm not having random notifications from apps and things popping up, because our brain, even if we don't need to answer it right away, will kind of think we do. And you'll see that notification pop up and you automatically feel like you need to check it. And that can be a very tense, distracting thing going throughout your day. So I try to keep all notifications silent except the ones that I'm going to need to answer either immediately or within a timely fashion. If I'm not working that particular day, then I might even silence my emails and just leave call and text notifications on in case someone needs to get a hold of me. But other than that, everything is silenced. I also have gotten into the practice of utilizing my phone's silence feature during hours that I would be normally sleeping. So depending on my sleep schedule, which can vary throughout the week, on days that I have to work in the morning, I get up very early, so I'm going to go to bed a bit earlier. If it's typically my day off, I might sleep in a little bit, go to bed a bit later. So I'll have that set roughly to when I normally sleep, so that during that 8-hour cycle, or 6-hour cycle, depending on what you actually get to sleep. But during that cycle, notifications will be silenced. And then if I end up waking up a little bit earlier than planned, or if I end up waking up a little bit earlier than planned, then you can turn it off. But just keeping your phone on silent during that restful period, putting your phone down, not looking at your phone when you're supposed to be sleeping, that can greatly reduce kind of that anxious behavior of constantly needing to check your phone. The second thing that I have been trying out lately is this OLLY brand immune and sleep gummy vitamins. So I'm a really big fan of the OLLY brand. I've been taking their women's multivitamins for quite a while. I take those every day. And I've recently introduced to my schedule, as I've been busier and having trouble sleeping because of work, stress, a bunch of things going on. Life is very busy and it can be hard to fall asleep. So I've introduced this into my routine to make sure that I get that restful, full night's sleep. I don't necessarily take these every day. It's because you can build up a tolerance to melatonin, which is the main ingredient, but it is something that when I'm really having trouble sleeping and I know I need to get up early in the morning, that I'll take a couple hours before I need to go to bed to make sure that I actually fall asleep on time. I take this particular brand because it is also immune fortified, so it has zinc and vitamin C in it for that extra immunity boost. As we all know, stress, lack of sleep, being really busy, maybe overly active, can take a toll on the immune system. So this is just like a little extra boost when you're extra busy and you need kind of that little extra something. Next thing that I've tried and I'm continuing to work on is to try to keep a very organized home environment. I am a converted maximalist turned minimalist. I have been working to try to simplify my environment and kind of get rid of unnecessary clutter and everything, because although it may seem like a small thing, keeping a clean, uncluttered, organized environment has a natural calming effect. Your eyes aren't trying to look at 500 different things, and you can keep a lot calmer, and it also helps keep things more organized because you know where everything is. Everything always goes in the same place, everything is well organized, and this can kind of make things a lot easier when you're busy and keep things less stressful. The fourth thing is getting adequate nutrition. This is probably one of the most underrated things, and I'm definitely guilty of this when I'm busy. I grab candy, bag of chips, pop, snacks, anything that's quick but not necessarily nutritious, to try to, like, get something to eat. And especially when I'm on the go, those kind of foods, snack foods, are kind of readily available. They're around me a lot, so it's kind of easy to fall into an unhealthy pattern of just eating junk food and whatever is lying around, or ordering out too much. So I have been recently trying to get into meal prepping. However, I have learned through trial and error, had some successes and mishaps with trying to meal prep in the past, and I've kind of realized that the problem is that not only am I busy, but I'm kind of a very lazy cook, so it needs to be as simple and ready to go as possible. So I kind of try to stick to very basic meals, so vegetable, some sort of protein, and then some sort of grain, whether it be rice, quinoa, couscous, anything like that, just to keep a well-balanced meal. And I'll kind of prep a whole bunch of these to last throughout the week, and then have some healthy snacks like fruit, nuts, maybe even some dark chocolate available, so that whenever I'm, just kind of grabbing and eating, it's something that is going to meet my nutritional needs. For me personally, I kind of pretty much stick to either chicken or tuna fish, primarily because I am comfortable eating those cold. So if I'm really, really, really lazy, it will be a meal that I don't even have to throw in the microwave. I'm not the biggest fan of microwaves to begin with, but I try to prep meals that maybe aren't entirely raw, but basically, if push comes to shove and I'm just really not even feeling like bothering heating it up, I can still eat it cold. So this has been my method, is like make it as simple as possible. Sheet tray a bunch of vegetables. You can get rice and any kind of grain like that in bulk pretty cheap. So it keeps costs down and it keeps things simple and organized. It is going to be very basic meals, so if you like a lot of variety, maybe you have to modify to that. I'm pretty boring. I eat the same things all the time, so that works for me. And the final thing is, and this is probably something that here in America we maybe don't do well enough, and that is staying adequately hydrated. There are so many options for juices, pop, all kinds of things. I'm very guilty of drinking way too much caffeine, but it's very important to make sure that you get a certain amount of water. I find that when I am adequately hydrated and I drink enough water throughout the day, not only do I have more energy, but I don't have as much trouble getting up in the morning, and it just seems like my entire system works a lot better when I'm adequately hydrated. This seems very obvious, but a lot of us, we just don't drink enough water because you're busy, you're not really thinking about it. So I try to always have a reusable water bottle with me to make sure that I'm always able to hydrate if I need to. And this is something that if you really want to track on your phone, or you want to, I know I talked about limiting notifications, but if you need a notification to remember to drink water, that's an easy thing to do. But just having that reusable water bottle with you all the time, not only is it environmentally friendly, bonus there, but you can refill it throughout the day and always make sure that you have water available and can stay adequately hydrated, keep your body and mind at its peak. That's everything I have. I hope that you found these tips helpful. If you like these sit-down style videos, please leave me a comment and let me know. If you'd like to see more videos, check out my next video, which is just a relaxing Saturday routine when you have a little extra time to pamper yourself. Go check that out, and I'll see you in the next one.